Welcome back to That Dad Guy. It's April the 28th, 2023. It's Friday. I'm beginning vacation. And yeah, we had a good week of mail. A lot of mail showed up. Some surprises I didn't know were coming. And some official ones from Postcrossing. And some friend mail. And we're going to get into all of it, starting with the official. Let's get right into that now. Well, I can wait a minute if you just want to hit subscribe, if you want to like, if you want to leave me a comment at the end of it. I love that too. I like to be able to interact with you guys. And make sure you share it with other people. If it's something that interests you, it probably might interest somebody else. I hope it does anyways. I do a lot of different things. Fridays I'm doing Postcrossing, so that's what you're seeing today. All right, here, let's get into it. Blue cat card showed up. A space card. This comes from Ukraine. And it comes from a lady named Yulia. She says she's in her mid-40s. She works as an accountant. And she says there's a war in their country. I'm not sure who doesn't know that now, but let's get that war stopped and get Ukraine back to the way it was. She said her city was under occupation, so it was. So hopefully that means that they've taken it back and pushed the forces back again. Says that they're having very hard times and believe in the victory of Ukraine in the end. So we all hope for that. There are the stamps that she sent with a beautiful cancellation through the middle. So thank you so much, Yulia. If you get a chance to see this video, I hope you are safe and well. All right, the next card comes from Portland, Oregon in the United States. There's a beautiful shot. Portland has a lot of stuff going for it. This comes from Arnett, and she says, a hedgehog sounds fun. They had a black lab for 16 years, and they loved him dearly. She's been retired for a year. She's learning to play mahjong, swimming daily, volunteering at the Oregon Coastal Aquarium, it looks like it says. There's a line through it. They said they have family in Ottawa and have been to Vancouver, British Columbia many times. I hope this finds you and your family well. There's the forever stamp that she's put on it. And if you've been to Vancouver and Ottawa, then you need to venture further east. You need to get to the East Coast and see what we got going on down here. One day I'm going to get back to Portland too. I especially want to go to Portland for all the cool bakeries and little container restaurants and things that they have. It's a fun city, and I hope to explore it more. All right, the next card comes from Germany. We have this nice garden. You can see a gentleman in there reading in what is a nice area. I gotta turn this a bit sideways because that's the way it's written. It says, hi Robert, I'm Brit. She's from Germany. This card is from a landmark in, I can't pronounce it, but it's in central Germany. And she says she got this postcard from her mother, and she hasn't been here before, but loves traveling, so maybe one day we'll get to visit it. So I'm going to show you the German words at the top in case you do speak German. You can translate that if it focuses properly. And there are the lovely stamps. Love the garden stamp. That's really cool. So thank you, Britt, for that. The next one also comes from Germany, from Goslar. And she says, this is their home. It's from Gunther. The town is 1,100 years old on the edge of the Harz Mountains with its forests and lakes. And she says it's part of the UNESCO World Heritage Sites. And I can see why. You can see the lovely architecture. There are the stamps on the back from Gunther. Thank you, thank you. The next one comes from Poland. Lovely image here. This comes from Isabella, and she lives in a small town. She's a Zodiac, or a Leo. She loves horror movies and has a dog named Bianca. Currently, spring is coming to life in Poland, and it is slowly getting warmer. That's what it is here. And she says, cordial greetings. She has it in her native language. And there are the stamps, these three, and one down here too, which is, I guess, matches that one. So thank you, Isabella, for that. It's cool, cool design. The last one I have that's official comes from the US again. And this comes from Pioneer Valley in Western Massachusetts, which isn't too far from me. Actually She's from New Jersey originally, but we're here for spring break. Today we visited the Eric Carle Museum of Picture Books and Art in Amherst, Massachusetts. Lovely place, small but large in creativity. There's a great burrito place called Bueno y Sano that is fantastic, so delish. There are the forever stamps. And yeah, Eric Carle Museum at 125 West Bay Road in Amherst, Massachusetts. And this actually, the image comes from a book called Baby Bear, What Do You See? I've read that many times to my kids. I should be able to spit that out easily. All right, let's get into some friend swaps now that showed up. This one actually just showed up today. This is from Keeks Wanderer out in Washington, in the US. She said it had been a while since she's written to me, so she thought she would send something off. I appreciate that. She also decorates very nicely with older postage stamps. Love that. And the writing, hello. That hello, the way she's done that reminds me of May in Brazil, who does that. She does fantastic work too. But Keeks always puts a lot of effort into her cards and making them decorated so nicely. So thank you for that. This next card is the Sky Dome in Toronto, where the Blue Jays play. This card comes from Kathy in Ontario. She says, well, the Jays are off to a great season. Yeah, they actually are. They're maybe not as great as Tampa Bay, who are tearing things up. But right now in the standings, it goes Tampa Bay, Baltimore, Toronto, then my Yankees, and then Boston at the bottom. So hopefully the Yankees can put things together a little bit better, get some of these people that are off injured and back playing again. All right, but I got to get back to Kathy's card about the Rogers Center and the Blue Jays. She said the Rogers Center had some renovations during the off season. New standing area for only $20. She said, will I go? Probably not, but maybe next year. Take it easy. $20 is a good price for a ticket. And if you get standing room and there are some empty seats down below, sometimes you can just find your way down in the other innings and sit closer to the field too. That is another option. All right, this next card goes like this. Comes from Bob in Ontario. He's recently moved, so he's giving me his new address. Says he has a great view, never gets old. They can see Niagara Falls on a clear day, plus they can see downtown. She's planes traveling to the city airport, and the odd skip or slip. Oh, ship. Sorry, Bob. The odd ship, so he's close enough to the water to see that. Then asks about my plans for the summer, and then he says his plans are to do exactly what this beaver is doing in this Adirondack chair here. Having a drink and waving the Canadian flag, just generally relaxing. So I hope you get to do that this summer, Bob, especially after your move. All right, this next card comes from Greece. This place just looked beautiful. My wife and I had attempted once to go to Greece on our European trip after we finished university, and we were working a little bit. We went, but we had to cut Greece out of the trip because we found we were going through money way too quickly, and it wasn't going to make it. So luckily, Maria in Greece has sent me this card, and she says, talked about Easter holidays. Hope you have an Easter. It's okay. Sending you a card of this gorgeous town, which I have yet to visit, so she hasn't been there yet. It's in a region called Peloponnese. Peloponnese. I'm tripping over my own letters. It says it's a very popular destination for short trips and romantic getaways. I can see that. I'm looking at the views. She even sent me an aerial view on Instagram of this. It looks absolutely gorgeous on the water. I'm going to show you the stamp, and I'm also going to show you how to pronounce her, how it's spelt out. So, Peloponnese in Greece. So if you want to go there for a romantic getaway, or if you're in the area and want to get there for a weekend trip, you should go check it out. One day, maybe I will get to do the same. All right, so thank you, Maria, and thank you for thinking of me and sending that off. All right, the next one is cash. I got some cash sent to me from Dubai. This comes from our friend Lewis. He says this is 200 denaries. Bill, I think this is denaries. Says it's worth approximately $50 US. Says maybe this is your lucky bill note. Oh, maybe. I've never received money before. He's even decorated it with more money here in a sticker. And there are the stamps. So thank you, Lewis, for that. It's 27 degrees there, it's 13 degrees here. So we're starting to catch up to you a little bit. He sent me another one though. And this one is funny because for two reasons. One, it's a hedgehog and a balloon. So hugs, no thank you. No, it doesn't want a hug. I saw Renee Lewis get this exact same card and I sent her a message about it saying, I just love that card. And sure enough, a card showed up, not from Renee, but it's from Lewis. And I don't think she got hers from Lewis. I think she got it from someone else in a swap. So it's cool that he had it. So this card is for polo. So there's lots of hedgehog stuff. And there's Paquita there in image. And there are the stamps. The big oversized soccer stamp there for FIFA. So thank you, Lewis. Thank you. Love this card. Love it. All right. This next one is an envelope. And it comes from Linda in Georgia. And there are the old stamps on it. And inside, I'm not going to show you everything here because that will be in the future, but she sent me this card here with the 4 seasons on it. And then there's a bit of an explanation in it of the stuff that she sent, which you'll see at a later video. Another card. Look at this big long one, Star Wars card. This says Happy May the 4th. It comes from Rob in Albuquerque, New Mexico. It says, may the force be with you on this Star Wars day. So that comes up next week. Monday's the 1st. So Thursday of next week is Star Wars Day. And he's got it decorated with some space washi. And we've got Darth Vader there. And we've got US stamps up there. So thank you, Robert, for sending me that. And happy early May the 4th to you. Maybe on May the 4th, I will put out something Star Wars related. Maybe. We'll see. All right, this next card comes from Media in Finland. And she says she was at a big postcard festival. Many postcrossers are there. And here are the stamps. And she wasn't finished there. She sent an envelope, this one coming from Estonia while she was there. She travels back and forth from Helsinki and Finland to Estonia quite often. So she sent this card. It's cool how the building is leaning like that. She says she's had a lovely spring day in Tartu in Estonia. She managed to find a view postcard, so here's one for me. And she sent me some blank postcards too. She had as duplicates, so we've got some beautiful blossoms there. And some lovely chocolate. As all of you probably know by now, I enjoy a few sweets from time to time. And there we've got some tulips with a butterfly. And here we have some blueberry muffins. So those postcards are all blank. So they will go back out into the world. Thank you, Media. I appreciate that. I might find another chocolate lover or another fan of blueberry muffins, or I don't know, all sorts of things that'll fit in for. All right, this next envelope comes from Amber, who is in Missouri. There are the stamps, and inside Amber has, now that's tightly fit in here, so just give me 1 second to squeeze it out of the box, or out of the envelope. All right, so we have this nice card, sunflower card, that she says was created by someone in the US. And so it's her way of supporting Ukraine. And she said she was at a stamp show not too long ago. And so she got a few things. She did send this Canadian stamp that's on paper. She sent me a few stickers that I can use. She sent some unicorn stickers that she had that she knows I'm part of the unicorn gang with Renee Lewis and Jilly B, so I can use those in correspondence. And then she sent first day covers. This one here is a Canadian first day cover. Inside, it still has its original card from 1972. That's when this came out. So it kind of makes it extra special that it's complete. It's not in perfect shape, but that's all right. We don't mind that. It has a little bit of an ink stain on the back where it was probably pressing up against something else. She also sent this one from 1999, Austin, Texas. So prostate cancer stamp. Making sure everybody is checked and safe from prostate cancer. It's an important one. And the last one, which really is special to me, is a letter carrier. First day cover of that. This one came out in 1989. On the front it says, the 80 courageous and daring men of the Pony Express were among the first letter carriers in the United States. It began in 1860 on the eve of the Civil War and lasted only 18 months. In 1863, free city delivery was instituted in 49 cities. Within the next decade, mail was crossing the country by rail. Today, we enjoy the luxury and convenience of having the option of our letters and packages being delivered to their destination within a matter of hours. And it's stamped from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I've seen this stamp before, but it's really cool to have the first day cover of it. So thank you, Amber, for all the surprises in there. I wasn't expecting that. So it really caught me off guard. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. Well, the last thing that arrived, also something very unexpected, was this envelope that has King Charles III in definitive up here, a Moncton, if you will. And I got this from John Collects Stamps in Manchester in the UK. Also was a surprise, which I will do a video showing what's in it. I made a mention on one of his videos just in passing. He took that and he put something together for me, which I want to make sure I get a chance to show you. So I will show you that probably late next week. You'll also see a video with what Linda sent next week. What else do we have coming up? We've got That Dad Guy Answers tomorrow. We have one more week before the first Saturday in May. So I will go through all of your answers that you sent on postcards to my April question. And I'm going to do it with my parents present. So that should be interesting. I look forward to that as my father is ticking a little bit closer to his 90th birthday, and Mother's Day is coming around the corner soon. So we're going to have that coming up. But tomorrow I'll answer the questions that you had this week for me. And then Sunday I've got some postcards I've got to get out. And yeah, we got lots going on. Plus on top of that, I'm going to see my daughter soon. She is finished university. Her first year is in the books already. And so we're going to get up to Montreal, move her into her new apartment, and then bring her home for the summer where hopefully she will find a good summer job to keep her busy and help pay the bills when she goes back to university. So that's all on the agenda coming up. Seems like a lot. Always it's kind of a lot. We juggle what we have. And yeah, last weekend we had the car show, so that was something new. That video seems to be doing quite well. And all of you who enjoy classic cars have been leaving some good likes on those videos, so I appreciate that, and sharing it around too. Hope you guys are having a great week. I'm having a great week. It's been fun, been interesting, that's for sure. So, have a magical week. What, Polo? You say like, subscribe, share, and tell all your friends. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Bye.